Why does it seem like taxes is so complicated?
Oh, definitely
right?
a lack of knowledge.
Right now, you watching this right now or listening to this podcast right now, you can make 100K in 90 days. Anetta Powell is going to break down exactly how you can make it happen.
Literally, if the IRS really wanted to investigate you, all they have to do is literally pull all your bank statements, add up the total. And, if you made $1 million, you put $500,000 on your tax return, that is tax evasion.
We're embarking on an incredible journey today with Anetta Powell.
A woman whose path has taken her from real estate success to federal prison.
Once a thriving real estate mogul, Annetta faced a life-altering challenge that led to a prison sentence.
She made a fortune flipping properties with a side of fraud.
So off camera, you told me you actually did some time. Let's look, how'd you end up in the feds?
So pretty much,
Welcome to another episode of the Honor Pursuit podcast. We interview 6, 7, 8, even 9-figure earners. Try to really find out what are some of the paths they took, some of the obstacles they went through to become successful. In our today's episode, very, very special episode, we're in Las Vegas with the one and only Miss Anetta Powell.
Anetta Powell.
Anetta Powell. Thanks for correcting me. What's up?
What's up? Where are you?
I see you're excited. You got your shoulders going crazy.
Yeah, I got them going crazy.
Yeah. So, man, I'm excited that we're here. We, was looking to do this for a couple of weeks. We finally had the opportunity to make it happen.
Right,
Yeah.
connect.
So we're in Vegas. Where has brought you to Vegas this week?
Oh, I actually went to a tax conference.
Okay. What was the importance of you being at the tax conference?
The importance is really developing more knowledge so that you can sharpen and develop and grow your tax preparation businesses.
So what's one takeaway you can give me from, or give them, I should say, from the conference you just went to?
One takeaway that I actually learned was, ChatGPT. Because actually, if they were showing you how you literally can do tax preparation with ChatGPT, how to actually, run reports with ChatGPT, uploading it and how it breaks down the data.
So I can go to ChatGPT right now and use that AI technology to help me with my taxes.
You have your report.
My
a
report.
It'll upload it. It'll tell you how many people actually paid tax preparation fee, what's the total, break down all the actual analytics that you need to know.
So if you're someone that prepares taxes and you weren't at the conference, you don't have that information, you kind of behind, you would say.
If you actually own a tax preparation.
If you own it.
Correct.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the taxes really quick, right? So there's a lot of different, perception when it comes to taxes, right? A lot of people avoid paying taxes, but then some people actually like paying taxes. And there's a lot of different ways that you can write off taxes. And there's a lot of different tax designations. Why does it seem like taxes is so complicated?
Well, you got to remember, first off, let me let you understand, I deal with a majority of people that taxes we prepare are low income to mid income people. So that's, when it comes to H&R Block, Liberty taxes, you're usually going to get a W-2 worker or somebody that actually has low income, work at, Myers, they may work like a receptionist, those type of clients. But when it comes to, the high-end taxes, a lot of people don't understand how important it is, but I don't focus on that area when it comes to tax preparation.
What's up, y'all? So I want to take a second to speak to my creators. So whether you currently got a podcast or think about launching a podcast, maybe you got a YouTube channel and you think about launching a YouTube channel. Here are the facts. Did you know that 9 out of 10 creators actually quit because they don't have anyone to hold them accountable? That's why all you need to do, right? Click that link below, join my Action Takers community, because not only are we gonna hold you accountable, we're gonna teach you how to execute at a higher level. Plus, give you access to principles and strategies to grow your mindset and generate more revenue. So what are you waiting for? Click that link below and join one of the fastest growing content and accountability communities, all right? I'll see you on the inside. So what do you notice about people that might be mid to low income when it comes to taxes? Are they afraid to actually do the taxes? Are there any misconceptions around that they're preparing their taxes or anything like that?
A lot of when you have a tax preparation business, the majority of the businesses are in urban communities, and a lot of times they don't have the knowledge to prepare taxes. So it's not they're scared. They'll rather go to someone to prepare their taxes, to ensure that they're going to get the refund that they supposed to get, versus if they, if you lived in a middle class to rich neighborhood, they're going to go in the Office Depot and get the software and, do their taxes.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm not going to lie. I remember just growing up, I used to avoid the taxes altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't doing no taxes. I'm pretty sure there's other people doing the same thing. But to your point, it's because of the lack of knowledge.
Oh, definitely a lack of knowledge.
So it wasn't even like I didn't want to pay. I mean, I wanted to keep the money, obviously.
Right.
But it was more so because I didn't understand the importance, why, what I need to be done. I didn't have the knowledge base. So I think that, you're able to help people out with that and help them prepare their taxes.
And like if you're making a lot of money and you don't file your taxes, you go to jail.
Go to jail.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They have tax evasion where, you got to report all your income. A lot of people don't understand it.
Yeah.
People need to know that when you own a business, right, and you are running all that money through the bank, literally, if the IRS really wanted to investigate you, all they have to do is literally pull all your bank statements, add up the total. And, if you made $1 million, you put $500,000 on your tax return, that is tax evasion.
Yeah.
You have to report all your income.
So you think that's why they really got us running through the banks anyway, so they could track everything?
I think that that's a way because in order for you to own a business, you're supposed to have a business bank account.
You have a business bank account, be registered, so they're able to get access to your information.
Yes, and that's the quickest way. Because, if let's just say you're under investigation, the first thing they're going to do is go to the bank account and ask for all the bank statements.
Yeah. So how'd you get so savvy around taxes, and what made you want to actually own tax business?
What made me want to start a tax preparation business, the real estate market crashed and my money crashed. And I was looking for a way. I really wasn't looking for a way. All I knew was real estate. And I had a very special friend that introduced me to the tax preparation industry. And I tried it out. In my very first year, I made $178,000. That was like 11 years ago.
Were you trying? When you would, or did you just happen to make it?
How you be on some, let me see.
Yeah.
And then when I looked up, I was going to get a whole bunch of more flyers and tax season was over. Because you make the money in such a short span. So from like January to like March. But the tax season is really over April 15th. But you got that short span window where so many people get their taxes done, like during tax season.
Yeah.
And so I looked up, I was like, wow. And then that following year, I made $500,000.
So what part of real estate were you in? Like what aspect of the business? Were you...
finding, fixing, and flipping
So
property.
you're finding, fixing, and flipping. So how would you equate the amount of energy it took you to find, fix, and flip to the amount of energy it takes you to run the tax preparation business?
You got to go look for a property when you're in real estate.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, you got to deal with a contractor. You got to make sure he ain't going to run off, with the money, because you know how they'll take your money and go use that money for another project and ask you for some money. And then on top of that, it takes time to sell it. But all you doing is you market, a client come in. It only take no more than 30 minutes to do a tax return. You go. So if you're charging $500 to do a tax return, literally, if you went an hour, you made $500 an hour.
So do you feel like the market class was actually a blessing for you to get into
definitely
taxes?
Yeah, because you know what? If the real estate market didn't crash, I would have got stuck with, just real estate. But when the real estate market crashed and wasn't no money really coming through, I realized that I needed to diversify. And that's when I tried the tax industry.
So market crash is not necessarily a bad time because there's a lot of opportunities there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you can pivot, right? You can learn new skills, right? If you find
like COVID.
100%. That was another opportunity.
A lot of people became millionaire in a house, especially with social media. A lot of people did, online training class.
Yeah. That's a fact. I mean, if you go back and just think about it, that's where all the attention was. All the attention was online. Ain't no one else had nothing to do but be in the house.
Exactly.
Right? So we're on the apps and we're on YouTube and, we're searching the web. So yeah, if you can learn from somebody and they're positioned properly and there's a a price point attached to that. I could see how during that opportunity, it was obviously an amazing opportunity for people to run up and back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that I think about COVID in 2020, I'll never forget. I actually created my first online, actual course, and I made like $34,000 in an hour.
So that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you created a course 3 years ago, very first course. You made $34,000. So how you do that? Break that down.
Oh, pretty much.
The first time?
I did a free webinar. And I actually, talked about real estate, on how to find, fix, and flip property. And I had a call to action, right? Exactly what you wanted them to do. And I remember I sold the course for $497. I made $34,000.
Off the one class, or did you run a class a couple of times and then?
No, it was just one.
Just
class.
the first class. How'd you get people in the room?
Through my actual, I brand myself. So pretty much I have an email list. So I actually just sent email to all the people on my email list. They showed up, and I had made $34,000.
How important is it for people to have email lists and text message lists?
Sometimes people say, email lists are very important. Text messaging is very important, because like I tell people, when somebody comes to your website, they may not buy something. So you want to have that opt-in where you're going to obtain their name and email, and you want to be able to market back to that individual, develop a relationship, and eventually you can convert them into buying something.
So what skills, so this is like a two-part question. What skills do you feel like translated well when you were, in the real estate, find, fix, and flip to being in the tax game? And then what did you learn about yourself during that transition?
The skills far as with real estate, it'll till this day, I still invest in real estate.
Okay.
And now I have a lot of passive income. I believe, how important, it's really important to, live life on your own terms. Having a subscription is very important. People don't understand that because it's like when you're on the internet, right? If you do not have a subscription, you hustling every single month.
Mm-hmm.
But you could build a subscription out at $50. You got 1,000 people on there. That's $50,000 a month coming.
Mm-hmm.
You just add the numbers up. So that is very important. And then transitioning into the tax game, I learned that, you can actually work 3 months out the year. And for the 9 months, you can do what you want to do.
So you can get a big super bag in 3 months. Super big bag.
People, you can make somebody W-2.
Wait. In that 3 months.
In the 3 months. And you can actually enjoy life.
So is that something that, I guess we could talk about that a little bit later, but is that something that you would encourage people to learn?
Oh, the tax game, definitely, because with the tax, listen, everybody knows somebody. 10 people that work, right?
I do.
Exactly. And in the United States, you have to file your taxes. It's a recession-proof business, right? And so if you know 10 people and you charge them $500 or $400, that's $4,000. And what did I just say? If you did it in an hour, that's no more than 10 hours worth of work.
And if you're running a company, you ain't necessarily doing the taxes.
No.
You got your tax preparers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That can actually, prepare the individual taxes.
Yeah. So you smart.
Definitely. I'm slow.
You ain't slow.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about you a little bit, right?
What you want to talk about?
Let's talk about you a little bit. Who are you? Who's Anetta Powell? What are some of your motivations? What's your background?
My background is Anetta Powell. Prior to me becoming an entrepreneur, I actually used to work at Johnson Controls making $40,000 a year. And I knew that I could never become a millionaire working for somebody else. So I diversified and I became a serial entrepreneur. And the very first thing that I learned was real estate investing. And then after that, I went into the tax preparation industry. And during that transition, I learned how important it is to brand yourself. Like I tell people buy people and not products.
Yeah.
And so that's the key. When you know how to brand yourself, you'll never have to worry about no money. What
about your upbringing?
My upbringing, I was raised by deaf parents. They cannot hear and talk. Middle class. I was a problem child. I wanted to always be in a gang. wanted to be like part of something.
You was in the streets.
Yeah, part of something. I used to sell dope too.
Did you? We about to learn about this.
I got caught though. So literally, I'll never forget. It was this guy. He passed. It was years ago. His name was Rollo, and I got my first A-ball, right? And literally, I had
let them know what an A-ball is.
An A-ball is like back then. It was like $150. I can't remember. You cut it up. It was $300. I can't remember. It's been years ago.
I don't want to get arrested now. You're far removed from that.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't have them, you're getting arrested on your show. But that was years ago. I was like, literally like about in the 6th grade. And I had cut it up. And my mama carried it downstairs and I hurried up and put it in the thing. And she knew something was going on. And she actually lifted it up and took my A-ball and called my cousins. And they literally told me, we gonna sell it, we gonna give you your money back. They never gave me my money. They literally took my little A-ball and sold my dope, and I never got the money.
Yeah.
And so after that, my mother made me move with my sisters, and I stayed in Inkster for a year, came back home, and, hey, I just kept it moving.
What was the motivation for you, like, wanting to sell the A-ball? Like, why were you pushing dope?
Material things. Like, my mother and father didn't buy me a lot of material things. So when you go to school, you see people, they had lottos. Did you ever have
lottos? Yeah.
Where you could change the sign.
Yeah.
And guest clothes and all that. And I didn't have that. My mama wouldn't buy me that. So I called myself going out trying to, hustle and figure out a way to get it. And I did it for a minute. And then after that, I didn't do it after I got caught.
So how'd you get caught? What's the story? How'd you get caught?
I don't know. My mama just so happened to come downstairs.
No. I mean, cause okay. So your mom caught you and then you moved out. But
my mom made me move to Inkster, Michigan.
Okay.
So I moved out.
So you moved to the burbs? Is that the burbs?
Inkster. Oh, yeah, I forgot you ain't from Michigan.
I ain't.
Inkster, Michigan. So it's like an urban / nice community kind of mix.
Okay.
So I moved with my sisters, my stepmom. They actually, for 1 year, I went to Inkster High, and then I came back home.
Gotcha.
And I graduated from Pontiac Northern, which is in Michigan.
So did you learn your lesson during that time, or was you still doing some stuff in the burbs?
I wasn't doing no stuff no more after that. I didn't have no desire to do it. I got me a job.
Yeah.
My dad actually got me a job at a restaurant. It was like this big mansion.
Uh-huh.
And so the people died, and it was called Meadowbrook. And basically, it was a big mansion where it was like a restaurant. They have tea parties and weddings there.
Yeah.
So I worked at the big mansion.
Did you meet any interesting people while you were working there?
At that time, I didn't really care to meet them. I was like working in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I was a waitress. My mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like now, if I met somebody, that was intriguing and was making some things happen, I would want to sit down and see what they actually have bought.
So off camera, you told me that you actually did some time.
Yeah,
right?
I did some federal time.
So how'd you end up in the feds?
So pretty much, actually, the real estate, right? And so
So the dope didn't get you in the feds?
No, dope ain't getting
the dope.
Now, dope give you about 30 years. That.
Yeah.
It depends if it's a key or whatever. No. Pretty much, I was in real estate. And back then, I used to pay people down payments. So let's just say you had $100,000. You wanted to buy a house for me. You needed 20%. Well, I put the entire 20% down, right? So when I put the 20% down, it's only $80,000 left, but the actual bank only knew you only supposed to put 6% down. And I put 20% down. So that wasn't disclosed to the bank, and I did a lot of transactions. So it was a guy, he actually told on me, and he got in trouble. His name was Chiwadowski. He's incarcerated. He died. I ain't do nothing to him. He just had health complications. And he told on me. And at first, they were talking about me doing 63 to 78 months.
63 to 78 months.
Yeah, but when he passed, it weakened the case. I thought I was going to get off, right? I was like, oh, no, we getting you on a paper case. I didn't even know you could get charged with your own paper. I really literally got caught with my own paper because I'm so organized. When they raided my office, I had the actual, the actual cashier's check receipt, stapled to the hood in a long match. And, you know, and the remitter had me in there. And that was enough for them to indict me.
What you learned from that situation?
From that situation, I mean, just, you know what? In life, the best thing to do is just stay within God's principles. I believe in God. And if you stay within God's principles, you don't have to worry about, you know, looking over your back and all that. So I'm just focused on doing the right thing, because at the end of the day, you know, you look at it and you say, was prison worth it? No. One day is too many days to be in there. So what I've learned is to stay within God's principles, stay focused, and, you know, whatever's meant to happen or whatever's meant for you to receive, He'll give it to you.
So the version of Anetta Powell that was prior to prison and the version that got out, what's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I was already changed. This case was from 2000. So I got indicted.
So it followed you?
Yeah, 2011, 11 years. And then I went to prison in 15. So I was already changed. I was a serial entrepreneur. I had moved on with my life.
Yeah.
And here they come 11 years later. It's okay.
We ain't forget about you. You might forget about us.
Right.
We right here.
Is that 11 years later? Okay. Well, first, 08, they were talking. And then they kept wanting me to, like, take a plea. And I'm like, I'm not taking no plea. The 63 to 78 months. So what happened was they end up, you know, indicting me, and my attorney called. And we went to court. So when I went to court, they gave me a personal bond, and I just got out. Yeah, so, you know, during the stage of me actually fighting or, you know, being indicted and having to go to prison, I was already a changed person. It just was, you know, some things that were old that had caught up with me.
Hey, are you an entrepreneur or a business owner and you feel like you had a ceiling in your business? Well, it's not because there's anything wrong with your products or services. It's simply because you need more exposure. More people need to know who you are and what you do. My name is Brendan Boyd, and I want to help you get on more podcasts, more YouTube shows, and other opportunities to get in front of more people. All you need to do is click that link below and book a call with me or someone from my team, and we're going to find out if we're a good fit to help you get in front of more people. Got you. So I also heard that you went to prison with a plan.
Yes.
So what's that about?
So pretty much when I knew that I was going to prison, right, I was like, first off, let's back it up. Okay. When I knew I was going to prison, I was actually financially, you know, not doing well because I was in the midst of the real estate crashing. And then I'll never forget, I was like, you know, during that time, I was like, listen, I'm not about to be indicted and broke. That's a bold combination, like. Because a lot of times people get indicted and they get scared. So at that time, that's when I got into the tax preparation industry. I was working on my brand and everything. And then, you know, that's what happened.
What about the plan, though? What was your plan?
The plan.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, okay, you know, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm locked up for 15 months. So I was like, what am I going to do? So I was like, during that time, I can gain some knowledge.
Yeah.
So I wrote 100 books. I mean, you know, I wrote out 100 books, typed them up. And the day I went to prison, I actually had the driver take me because I had a driver. You know, I got to tell you, the feds, you know, at the end of the day, they're not even paying for you to turn yourself in. So you got to figure out how you going to get to the Fed camp. And then on top of that, you got to figure out how you going to get back. They not looking for you. They say, this the time of day you need to be at the prison. So I went and I turned myself in. But before, I actually mailed a list of books. And then when I got into the actual prison, right, I was able to take the time to, when I got into the prison, I was able to like actually get the list. And I just read and gained a lot of knowledge. It worked out as well as, you know, like, you know, spiritually, you know, I read different things. One thing prison will do for anybody, it create habits. Like, I started working out in there. I never stopped.
Yeah.
You know, now I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do 3 miles. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I do 5 miles. So it created habits within you that you still actually carry on for you to be the person that you want to be.
So you feel like being in prison was a blessing?
You know what? Being in prison is like your life stopped for a minute. So it helped far as regrouping and taking the time to read to gain some new knowledge so that you can elevate. Like when I went to prison, right, my stores were doing like 800,000, and I was stuck. Or when I got out of prison, the very first year, we did over $1 million.
So why do you feel like prison didn't break you? Like, how come you didn't come out of prison and be stuck? I mean, some people do come out of prison and are more successful than they were before they were locked up. So what do you think was something that enabled you to be more successful and continue to grow and become the version of you?
You know what? A lot of times people go to prison and they leave their actual money and they leave things to people that really don't know anything about business. So when I knew I was going to prison, my sisters came and actually got in place to run my tax stores, run my actual real estate, like manage my houses and everything. So it was like, when I went in, it was like they managed it and then my actual friend managed the money, right? So she managed the bank account, they managed the businesses. And when I came home, I still had everything. I didn't lose anything. Whereas sometimes people come home, they lose their houses. They, family, like I'm so blessed because I never experienced that.
Yeah.
Like my family and my friend, at the time, they held everything down. And I'm grateful for that.
So those 100 books that you wrote, you read all of those 100 books?
Well, you know what? I probably read about 89 to 90.
Did any of them, which ones may have stuck out to you?
The ones that stuck out was, I read a lot of John Maxwell books.
Okay, so like
on
leadership. Yeah.
Well, I mean, his books was really good. You win or you learn. That was a great book, that I read. And but I just read a majority of his books. I read, like John Maxwell books are really good.
He got the heat.
I read Les Brown.
Yeah, Les Brown's fire. Yeah.
Those were the main books that I actually read in it.
So what's your motivation now? Like what inspires you? What gets you so excited to wake up and get after it?
What gets me excited to wake up is, knowing at the end of the day that I could be a better version, and, that's important. And it's not about me. It's about how many lives I could change in the process. So, like, of course, I have a mentorship program, and to see somebody else make 100,000 in 90 days, it's like, wow. And they're able to change their life and develop and grow, And it's not only 100, you can make $1 million in 90 days, 2 million. It's just all about having the system and having the work ethic to make it happen.
All right. So you just said you can make 100K in 90 days. So break that down real quick. How can somebody make 100K in 90 days?
So pretty much if you're in...
Well, actually, let's get a little bit more specific. Right now, you watching this right now or listening to this podcast right now, you can make 100K in 90 days. Anetta Powell is going to break down exactly how you can make it happen. How could they make it happen?
Pretty much you market, right? So actually in my mentorship program or my free actual masterclass, we talk about marketing. So you market. Let's just say you put out 20,000 pieces of content, whether it's a flyer, a poster, door hanger,
20,000?
20,000, that's not a lot.
Who's putting out 20,000?
You bundle it up and you put them in different places.
And are they running around in...
No, I mean, you can have a string team do it.
Okay.
You can have
I'm trying to get them real. I'm trying to get them practical. It could be anything,
because you might could set a yard sign in a place and every day 1,000 people might go by.
There you go.
Exactly. And so I'm just saying.
Okay.
But 20, even if, like you you bundle up in 50 and you drop it, the bundles off in different places. If you have 1%, that's 200 people that pick up that flyer and want you to do their taxes. And you charge an average of $500.
So 1% of 20,000
is 200.
200, and the average is how much?
500.
Times 500
is what?
So where we at? That's 50.
That's 100,000.
No, you're right. That's 100,000.
Oh, you slow.
Okay. Yeah. You ahead.
Hold on, you been smoking weed?
You ahead of me. Nah, not your 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? Not your dope. So okay. So that's 100K, and right now, it's the activity that the outbound marketing.
No, so once you transmit those clients right to the IRS, as soon as they release their check, the money going to your actual bank account.
How long that take?
So the IRS, when you transmit, if you do it in January, it could take up to 21 days. But if you transmit everything, let's just say by the due date or majority of it, you can get one drop 50,000, one drop 70,000.
So 20 people. No, 200 people.
Yeah.
200 people.
If you do 20 people, that's 10,000.
That's still some good money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I'm on the couch right now, I'm watching the podcast, listening to the podcast, you telling me that I could get into this game.
Yeah. All you need is a computer.
Okay, I got my laptop or I got an iPad.
Okay.
Can I use an iPad?
Yeah.
Okay, so a laptop, iPad,
a computer.
paper.
Yeah, paper.
Yeah.
And some right training.
Okay.
Because, people doing a lot of fraud in the tax preparation space. And you want to protect yourself. Because one thing about the IRS, they don't play.
Yeah.
And so with the right training, at the end of the day, you can make it happen.
So after that tax period, because you said it's a compressed amount of time, January to about March. No, April, right?
April 15th.
So January, April 15th.
The majority of the money is made between the mid-January to the end of February.
Okay. So if I'm in this space now, what do I do after that?
You can take the money that you made and invest it into other things. They may want to set up a podcast. That guy, right?
Y'all might want to get going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might want to get it going.
You that guy, right?
Right.
Like taking that money and diversifying it into something that you want to do.
Yeah. So 100K in 90 days. Then you said something that you can make $1 million in 90 days.
Yeah.
You can make $2 million in 90 days. But I thought time was money.
If you got a system. Like I tell people at the end of the day, if you pay right, pay peanuts, you're going to get monkeys, right?
If I pay peanuts, I'm going to get monkeys?
Definitely. You got to pay like you weigh.
Pay like I weigh.
So if you have that right team in your tax stores and everything, you can't make $1 million by yourself.
Yeah.
It's going to take a team. As you grow, you have to employ people in your actual company so that you can take that to the next level.
Was that important to you? Was making $1 million important to you?
I could have never made $2 million in sales in 90 days by myself.
Was that important to you?
As far as what?
To hit those numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why was that?
People always say, well, money ain't everything, but it helps. Because I definitely don't want to be broke.
Yeah. I mean, we could tell you money because you got the shoulders. That don't look broke.
So that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. I'd agree with that. I think that money isn't everything, and money doesn't necessarily make you happy. You can be very happy and not have money.
Correct.
But you can have a lot of money and not be happy. But money does make things much easier.
It does.
It gives you a lot of options. It allows you to move and shake. It allows you not to worry about price tags. It allows you to take care of people, bless people, put you in different situations. So being someone that has access now and being able to connect with and inspire and impact a lot of people, what are some of the things that you like when it comes to giving back and helping people?
Well, one thing we did, me and my dad, we created the Anetta Powell Foundation, which is a 501c3. And my parents cannot hear and talk, so we give to the less fortunate. Last year, we actually, Varsity Limousines actually donated their bus for us for a couple of hours. And we went out and we knocked on, I had a Santa Claus with me. We knocked on family doors and we actually bought everything that they
you
wanted.
weren't Santa Claus. You got a Santa Claus with you.
Santa Claus with me. And we knocked on the doors and we actually took the gifts to them.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was a really nice experience. And so this year, we've raised over, at the WealthConnect Live, we raised over 17,000.
I donated.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
okay.
I had my little barcode.
Okay.
I mean, you basically gave her an ultimatum. She was like, yo,
people in the front.
She's like, yo, if you ain't donating, don't come back.
All the rich people in the front that got on the yacht for free. We need y'all to donate. And I really appreciate that. So next year, I'll be able to show you guys what we did with the money.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Every year.
I'm going to be there. Next June, 2023.
We always going to have, you a fan.
Back in Miami. Oh, no, I'm trying to speak.
You want to speak? Yeah. Oh, let's do it.
What you mean? You ain't seen me on the stage yet?
No, but I think it's good that you know about podcasts.
Yeah, I'll give you a whole...
I got you.
We're going to go crazy.
Okay.
Listen, y'all heard what she said, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to sit. Oh, no, you got to sit.
Y'all heard, right?
So we can get you on the arms. That's amazing.
Yeah, I love... Actually,
people always be asking me to speak, though.
I think it was dope. So prior to the Wealth Connect, I didn't even know you existed. So coming to the Wealth Connect, it was 3 days, right?
3 days.
I was there for 2. I got a chance to hear some really dynamic speakers. Obviously, we had a chance to meet. Shout out to Craig. But you put on a really good event. And what I liked was that people seem to really like love you. Like they really like the way that you were inspiring and motivated, and like you're so giving. You know what I mean? And being able to want to change people's lives and kind of give them, not kind of, but lay out a blueprint of how they could get to the 100K, or how they can become millionaires, or how they could just change their life and take care of their family and stuff like that. So I noticed that's definitely something that you're really passionate about.
Definitely. And the Wealth Connect Lab is all about entrepreneurship. People that's never have been an entrepreneur, or they want to be an entrepreneur the right way. So you know how we started off with the, of course, the accounting, the branding, then the second day we had like people talk about the actual, industries, e-commerce, we talked about like infinity banking. I've talked about taxes. We talked about real estate, and that event is, I love it, and I'll never forget. We do it every year, and we have a lot of people come out.
No, they were out.
They were out.
They was out there.
And then, this is the first year we had. What you think about the yacht? Did you enjoy yourself?
So the couple different things about the yacht. It was raining, so that was interesting. We couldn't really go out, but the yacht was so smooth, I couldn't even feel when we actually left. Like when we left and came back, I was like, it's over? I didn't even know we left. But that yacht was really, really dope, spacious. The networking was awesome. That clown was different.
Right.
You know what I mean? He definitely like the dancing and the rapping and all that. That was pretty cool. And it was the right environment for the type of people there. So everyone had a good opportunity to network, build, connect, have deeper conversations, meet some good people too. I think it was a really good environment.
Yeah, it was a good environment. And like I said, Miami was a vibe,
Yeah, Miami's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that one of your favorite places?
Oh, I'm starting to like it. I'm thinking about getting a spot out there.
You gonna get a little spot?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I see that. That. So, what's next for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I went to the tax. I've been really thinking about the tax industry because, one thing we gotta really focus in on what we really want to do, right? And really say this, like, it's great, but I love the tax industry. I love what it can do. I love how it can help people. And so, my goal is to, help, over, 1,000 families open a tax preparation industry. Store or virtually make money. Because it's like a vehicle where you literally can make a lot of money in a short span and your life can be changed. It was so funny because I met a girl there and I didn't do $1 million, but she did $1 million her first year in the tax business. And I was like, wow. And she was so excited. She was like, I used to do hair and I got into the tax game and I made my first $1 million. And I was like, that's what's up. And, I just really want, I know what it can do for people. And most importantly, teaching people how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I was with a franchise company, great company, but they didn't take the time to really educate us on, some things when it came to the tax preparation business. Like, I didn't know you have to be continuing education. It's some things that you have to know. I didn't know about these actual conferences. Now I'm taking the time to really learn. You got to learn your skill set.
Yeah.
And like I tell people at the end of the day, whatever you desire to be, like if you want to do podcasts, when people think of podcasting or a mentorship, you want them to think of you. When they think of the tax preparation industry, you want to be the GOAT, you want to be the best version, and you want to always come to mass. So that's what I'm really focusing on, and just living life, on my own time. Because like I tell people, at the end of the day, we can't control when we was born. We can't control when we die. But you got to be able to control that dash. So what we going to do while we here?
We in a dash right now.
Exactly.
We in a dash right now.
And so you got to be able to control that dash and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
That's important.
I like that. So if they want to work with you, if they want to learn how they can get 100K in 90 days, where do they go?
I suggest that they actually, head over to teachmethetaxgame.com.
Teachmethetaxgame.com.
And they need to actually, come to the free masterclass. It's free, because you want to learn about it. A lot of times people say, oh, I want to get into this, but they don't take the time to understand what it is. So come to my free masterclass and talk about the tax game, give a lot of knowledge. And if it's something that you want to do, at least you're going to have some insight and you'll know how to move forward.
Is it live or is it automated masterclass?
No, it's live.
Okay. You do it every week?
I do it all the time. Yeah. And probably every other week.
Okay, every other week.
Yeah.
90 minutes, 2 hours, 30, how long is it?
Usually about an hour and a half.
And you be going crazy in there, getting all the game?
Yeah, all the game.
That's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I got a couple other questions for you. So if you were creating, let's say, the Anetta Powell University, maybe you have it coming. Maybe it's the WealthConnect University. Okay. What are 3 principles that the students graduating, they must have or they cannot graduate?
What do they need to have?
Yeah.
First off, you have to completely finish the actual tax preparation course. Pretty much you need to be hands-on. You gotta have certain qualifications like your EFIN number, stuff like that to get started. And pretty much that's it. We don't have a lot of qualifications.
What about the mindset?
Well, we talk about that first. In any university training course, you got to talk about mindset.
Yeah.
So that's what we talk about. Like, that's what our actual trainers, after we go through the training, we talk about mindset. Mindset is really important. Like, you got to be able to control your thoughts. You got to be able to control the way you think. Because let me tell you something, you can miss out on a lot of opportunities because thinking too much will cause you to go into some, areas that you don't want to be in. Mm-hmm. And it cause you to miss out on opportunities.
So paint me this picture. You wake up in the morning at what time?
Oh, I wake up in the morning like about 6 or 7 a.m.
All right, 6 a.m. It's a good day. What does your morning look like? And then what does the day look like
I wake up
before you go to bed?
First thing I do is I go do 3 or 5 miles. I go
So out the bed.
No, I wake up out the bed, right?
Yeah.
You got to get up or whatever the case may be. Put my clothes on, go do my 5 miles, work for my trainer. And then after I work for my trainer, I do some work. And then no. Let me back up. After I work out with my trainer, sometimes I'll read first, look at an online training course, or after I get finished working out, I'll look at my online or, read. It's either or. But that comes before I start work because you got to continue to develop the knowledge that you need to grow.
Yeah.
And then after that, I pray and say, and keep it moving.
And then what time does the day end for you?
The day end for me, I've been trying to go to bed like at 10, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So I can get up. I'm trying to get up at 5 a.m.
Well, you ain't trying. You just going to do it.
Exactly. Make it happen. You feel? Yeah.
You make it happen. So what day are you waking up at 5?
Monday.
Okay, Monday, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to text you, see what up.
You ain't like, you be texting those.
Because you already know it's going to be earlier for me. Because I'm on the West.
Exactly.
So that's what, 3 a.m. for me or something like that?
Oh, you be up at 3 a.m.?
I'm up at 4. 4 is my time. But that's really 7 though, on the East Coast.
What time you go to bed?
I go to bed at 10.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like if I can push it to 11 and still get up at 4, that's like the red zone. But anything after that, it's a wrap. Like it ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's one thing people don't know about you?
What's one thing they don't know about me? I'm an open book. So, I feel like when you on social media and you have influence, you better just let the people know because you don't want them to know and then they bust you out. So, I mean, not everybody know I'm single. They pretty know everything.
What's Annetta Powell's secret to success?
My secret to success?
Yeah.
You got to have good work ethic. First off, the secret is gaining knowledge. You need knowledge to develop skill set because without skill set, you cannot go to that next level. If you want to make big money, you need to have skill set.
Yeah.
And then after that, you got to have good work ethic. A lot of people say, I want to make $1 million. And you got to understand what vehicle will I use to get to $1 million.
Yeah.
People run up to me all the time, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, what vehicle you use? Because it's just not going to come. You got to say, okay, this is my vehicle. Like I tell somebody, if you're doing hair, right, and you only do hair, you will not, I'm sorry, you may make $1 million over a course of some years, but to make it in a year, you got to be having other products. You can't do it by yourself,
Yeah,
you know?
that makes sense.
And so that's what people have to understand.
Yeah. So mindset, skill set, tool set.
Exactly. And taking that one skill. One thing I learned with Grant Cardone, and he really taught me this. Like if you in real estate, right? You know, real estate, right? You flipping houses, you have passive income, you have, you know, online training courses, digital training courses. Like you need to be able to take that one industry and make multiple streams out of it.
So you're going to take the one industry or the one information that you have, the knowledge that you have, and figure out how to get paid in it multiple
in different
times.
ways.
So same vertical, just get paid different ways.
Exactly.
Instead of just going like, hey, I'm in taxes, but I'm going to open up a donut shop.
Yeah, that's just too much.
Yeah.
I tell people the quickest way to becoming a millionaire is to concentrate on one thing.
Yeah. I like that. That's
one
good.
thing.
Yeah. So as a high-performing serial entrepreneur, high-value woman, someone that just, you know, you be moving and shaking, you be doing your thing.
Yeah.
Have you found it hard to find someone to date, compliment you?
Well, you know, it goes back to this. You know, when you are a successful woman, sometimes men be intimidated, right? And a lot of times, like with me, I have standards. So I just don't settle for anything.
What's the standard?
A standard is, for example, let's just say I'm dating somebody and they say, hey, I want to take you out. I'm going to come get you at 8 o'clock. And they call me at 9:30. Like you couldn't call me at 7 or 7:30 and let me know that you weren't going to be able to make it.
People be doing that?
No, they don't do it to me because they ain't going to hear from me. Okay? First off, you know, but things happen. So first you really do got to hear a story. Or I'm not talking to nobody that ain't got, you know, like that's not financially stable. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not into building a man up. I want a man, he can come with something, I can come with something, and we can grow. That's important.
Yeah. So how would somebody approach you to get to know you?
How would they approach me? They come up to me all the time. It'd be so funny. Some people are like, I was scared to come up to you. I'm like, why? I'm very approachable.
Yeah, no, you are super approachable.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like you gave me a hug the first time I met you.
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah.
You got to have good energy.
Yeah.
You can't be acting all crazy or whatever the case may be. You got to have real good energy. People feel comfortable, connect. And that's, you know, at the end of the day, they want to do business with you.
Yeah.
But you come and acting all crazy, ain't nobody trying to be bothered.
Yeah.
You got to have high vibration.
High vibration, not low vibration.
Correct.
Yeah. So listen, high vibration only if you're looking to date you or just be around you in general.
They got to have something bring to the table. Would you date a woman that ain't have nothing? No.
No.
Exactly.
Not
you
at
know
all.
what killed me? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why, you know, men, like, if I was a man, I'm not dating a woman because she fine or she ain't got no money.
Yeah.
But a lot of men date women if they pretty and they ain't got no money, they cool with it. But I understand you, like, I tell.
It's the value metrics is different. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, could you date somebody like that?
Well, when I was younger, I could, because I was. But now that I'm older, I'm around attractive women a lot. And I see beauty in women a lot. But I need to know what else is going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I need to know, are you a good person? Like, are you stable? Do you got dreams? Do you got purpose?
You gonna make me feel good.
Are you a nice person? Are you supportive? Are you loving? Are you caring?
Exactly.
What do you bring into the sandbox?
Yeah, it's just not that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times men have said to me, I don't know what I can offer you, but, you know, sending some flowers, coming to take the trash out, going to eat, and just, you know, those things are important.
That's what I'm going to say next time.
Exactly.
I'm going to come take trash out.
I'll be happy as heck. Like, yeah.
No. That's
I mean, those things that show that you care. Like,
but
it's not all about a material.
But that's what I was going to say. You identified effort, thoughtfulness,
exactly,
chivalry.
Yeah.
You know, quality time. And just being, you know, someone that has the foresight to want to do things for you.
Exactly.
And none of that costs money. I think money just amplifies the environment.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, so instead of, let's saying, we can go out, let's go have a pizza. We can go to Italy.
Exactly.
You know, so instead of just going to a Mexican spot, we can go to Mexico. You know, it's like, and really just like, I think money just makes things, we said easy, but also allows you to be more creative.
Yeah.
But if you don't have money, you can still be creative. You can still make things happen.
Yeah.
So I think it just comes with, like, you just got to be thoughtful. Yeah. But, you know, women want men that have money though, too. and men want women that are attractive. We just value different things. Yeah.
Which is true.
But I think at certain times you're like, nah, I need some substance. You know,
you definitely want to have substance. And like I said, you also want to, like I tell people, like, for example, if you're dating somebody and women be like, well, he cheated on me for a hood rat. Well, that hood rat made him feel real big.
Yeah.
You talking crazy, complaining. Don't nobody want to be bothered with that.
Yeah.
So you got to, make him feel good, with some affirmations and stuff like that.
Nah, that's important. That's important.
Like, baby, you the man.
Yeah, it's important.
You did that.
So listen, man, I had so much fun with you. This has been great. We learned a little bit about your upbringing. I think, your childhood and having deaf parents that's crazy, right? So I think that's amazing. Learning a little bit more about you in that regard. Your 8-ball, right? Going to prison, having that real estate business.
Yeah.
And moving over to the tax game and becoming a serial entrepreneur, mentor, giving back to community, inspiring people, meeting some amazing people and being an amazing person yourself.
Exactly.
So let them know again, if they want to learn how to make this 100K in 90 days, if they want to maybe start a side business on the side, maybe stop working for someone and have their own business, how can they connect with you and where should they go?
Okay, first off, they want to learn how to make 100K in 90 days, free masterclass. They can go to
every other week.
Yes. teachmethetagames.com. That's teachmethetagames.com. Or they can connect with me on Instagram at Anetta Powell.
Are you really in the DMs? Is that really you?
No, it'd be really me.
It'd be really you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So y'all need to get in there ASAP. This has been amazing. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of the Honor Pursuit podcast with Anetta Powell.
Anetta Powell.
Make sure you guys follow. What's the Instagram?
Anetta Powell.
Anetta Powell. It'll be below. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe, and all of that. And leave a comment below. And let us know, will you be in the tax game? Are you going to be making your next 100K in 90 days?
And you speaking right, so the WealthConnect Live.
June 2024, WealthConnect Live in Miami. I don't know what hotel it's going to be at, but it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be speaking, and you definitely want to be in the room and get around all this great energy
exactly.
And learn from one of the best here.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
This has been great. See you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Bye.